All right. So starting with new faces, while I pull up my screen share, I don't see anyone right at the moment who looks like a new face. I think we're all familiar with one another. Let's see, then we'll move on to outstanding RFCs. Let's see, we've got 4 of them here. I'm not sure we're gonna have much to talk about given the state they appear to be in. The stack bomb RFC, this is currently still blocked on the upstream CNB RFC. We'll see come Thursday what their working group, what the status of this upstream RFC looks like. But we're just holding in that position until we get word from them at this point. Anything else to say, Sophie? No? Okay. The next 2 are in draft state. Before I steer here, is there anything to say about this source removal build pack? Or are you still talking to CNB folks?
I haven't even had the chance to talk with them yet about this. I kind of want to just reach out to them. I guess I should maybe schedule some time in an office hours, but yeah. I just haven't had time to talk to upstream about this at all.
Fair enough. Next one after that is this one opened by Tim. It's for poetry support in the Paketo Python build pack. This is a new one. It's also not quite finished yet. I think maybe in the next week or maybe in the new year, we might see this actually as a fully proposed RFC. But if you're interested in poetry support in Python, please check it out. The last one here doesn't look like an RFC, but just looks like a PR to fix a link somewhere. Yep. PHP maintainers. Dan, you're a PHP maintainer, right? Looks like you are. Cool. Maybe we get this merged.
Okay.
Okay, other than that, that's all the outstanding stuff we have in the RFCs bucket this week, not very much. So moving on, we're gonna do, this is something that just kind of the core team's been talking about a bit, and we wanted to do a better job at these working group meetings, just kind of doing a status update of what's happening in the project and making sure that folks kind of were on the same page as to tracks of work that were being kind of moved forward. And so we just have this new standing item that's project update. And from there, we'll talk about a few of the things that folks in this meeting are currently working on and kind of what the status of those things are. So we'll start with the first item here. We're going to be adding SBOM support. This is the newer SBOM support that's in the upstream CNB specification. So this is what will allow us to add SIFT and CycloneDX and SPDX support for Buildpacks. We're going to start with Node.js. I believe Dan's already done the work for Java and some of the other utilities Buildpacks that he maintains. But we're going to be starting next to add this to Node.js, and then we'll be following up with the Go build pack shortly after that. There are links to the kind of like meta issues related to covering those language families and both those items on the list. Next up, we're going to be releasing soon .NET 6 support, and this is like a pretty frequently asked for and highly sought after addition to the .NET build packs. And so I think we're going to have some pretty enthusiastic users when this actually gets released out the door. I haven't been tracking it that closely, so maybe one of the folks who's actually worked on it can comment on its current state and what plans are for the future.
Yeah. Currently, all of the work that needs to be done has open PRs and actually has all been merged. I'm currently waiting to cut the release of the last .NET build pack that'll go into the language family build pack, which is the .NET publish build pack. Once that release is cut, I'm going to wait for the language family build pack to have all of the things that it needs. And then I'm going to cut a release hopefully later today, barring any complications. And that'll be a new minor release of the .NET build pack.
Awesome. Next up on the list, earlier this morning, I cut a release, a V2 release of Packet. Major changes here are SBOM support following the upstream CNB spec, some additions to a debug logger, improvements to vacation and its ability to decompress things like executables, and then also just kind of a general cleaning of the library in general. We've removed a handful of deprecated APIs that are no longer supported, hence the major version bump for this one. In order to support this, you're going to need to change your import paths. It is a V2 release. So if you're pulling in Packet and want to upgrade, you're going to have to change the import path to have the /v2 modifier on the end of that particular import path. But yeah, try it out. Let us know how it goes. If you find any issues with the V2 update, we'd be happy to hear about them. Last on the updates list here, we have preparing for a PHP rewrite based off of the RFC. I know Sophie's done a bunch of work. She's got a bunch of issues related to rewriting the PHP stuff. I'm pretty sure she would appreciate any feedback that folks have, anything they notice that seems like it doesn't quite work out or isn't in the right order, or questions that might help raise problems earlier than before we get in the middle of this rewrite. So feel free to check those things out and leave some comments and feedback. That's everything we have written. Is there anything else that folks wanted to update on kind of project status for this meeting?
Not sure if it's worth giving another update on the ongoing discussion with ARM64. I saw Sophie posted a kind of discussion thread where we're going to kind of try to focus that conversation going forward. So if anyone's interested in that, definitely head over there.
Awesome. All right. Well, barring any other updates in this particular item, I think we'll move on to the libcnb v2 updates and questions standing item. I don't know that there was a lot of progress on libcnb v2 this week. Does anyone see anything that I didn't see? Doesn't sound like it. All right. I don't think that there's a working group meeting this week. I think it's next week. So we'll see. Maybe there will be some new things that open up and some more progress towards a V2 on libcnb will take place. All right, well, that's the end of the agenda. Anything else that folks wanted to mention from this meeting or for folks to talk about? Fantastic. All right, well, with that, that is the end of the working group meeting, and then we will see you all next week, probably. So have a good week.
Thanks.